Hey guys, welcome back inside of the Plastic Planet. I am your host Nick Nack, hanging out with you guys tonight. Guys, as you guys will recall, all last month we celebrated the Empire Strikes Back's 40th anniversary here on the Plastic Planet. So it has been all things Star Wars for quite a while here on my channel. Well, to switch it up tonight, guys, I thought for the first part of this month we would look at some DC action figures. It's been a while since I've talked superheroes on the channel, so let's do that tonight, guys. I am inspired. I've been watching some DC animated movies. I'm very inspired to do this, so let's take a look at some of my vintage and newer DC action figures that I have here in my collection. Should be an awesome time, guys, so let's get on some spandex, some weird-ass masks, and look at some frickin' superheroes. All right, let's do it right now.
Nick Nack's Plastic Planet presents. It's a Nick Nack micro moment.
Alrighty, guys, well, let's take a look at some DC collectibles that I have in my collection. Some of these I've bought just, like a month or two ago. Others, these I've had since I was just a little kid. So, yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Before I get started, though, guys, I do have to make one little tiny disclaimer that when it comes to comic books, I generally don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, if I don't know the origin of a certain action figure or, what the character is all about, don't fry me up in the comment section. And the only reason I have it is because I think it looks pretty damn awesome. All right, guys, well, let's start out with a figure that I absolutely love. Picked this up just a month ago, and I haven't even taken him out of the box yet. That is this DC Multiverse Superman. I love the DC Multiverse. It's come along such an amazing path since it first started as far as a toy line goes. It's a lot like the Black Series with Hasbro. The figures just continue to get better and better and better, and this figure is definitely a symptom of that. I don't know if I've even shown this off on the channel yet. I have had it for a while. But yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to unbox him or not. He just looks absolutely fantastic in that box, that Multiverse Superman. And in addition to that, I did buy this Multiverse Superman as well. And this is the Superman. Oh, he's not even in the shot. This is the Superman from the animated series, which I adore. I own the entire series on DVD. Loved watching that show back in college. A lot of people talk about that show as part of their childhood. It wasn't part of my childhood, but I did enjoy the hell out of it in college. It was sort of an everyday thing for me to watch that show in college, as well as the Batman animated series that I watched in high school. So these two figures are pretty damn awesome. But I'm going to kind of move these guys over so we have room for what I have next. And that is, of course, this awesome Clark Kent figure. He can turn into Superman. He is almost like Mego size, kind of, but not quite. He is pretty damn cool. He came with this cardboard telephone booth, and you can change him into Superman, although I never have done that. I don't know if I've shown him off specifically on this channel or not, but I like him a lot. He is looking pretty dapper there in his little Daily Planet three-piece suit there, looking pretty damn awesome. Moving along, got another Superman figure. I don't know where this one is from or what comic this is from, this costume, this particular rendition of Superman. I think I bought this from a foreign seller for like $5 on eBay. Just thought it was a really damn good looking Superman. And he is really cool. I like his kind of the angular proportions on him, his square jaw, and just the way his Superman symbol is kind of boxy. Just kind of a different looking Superman. He is pretty cool. And then just for the sake of completeness, even though I'm not a fan of this costume one bit, I think this is the new 52 Superman. Got him. I don't really dig him a lot. I think I hate the collar look on him. If you guys can see, he's got like a collar. I hate that. That's like my least favorite Superman costume probably ever made, but I still have one in my collection just for the sake of having it. Another figure, I think this is a bootleg Play Arts Kai Flash that I bought off eBay. He's pretty cool. He actually is pretty shiny, pretty good looking Flash. Again, guys, I'm just kind of spitballing here. A lot of these figures, I really don't know what they are, what they're from. I just kind of know the character, obviously. Much like this Multiverse Shazam, or Captain Marvel, if you will. This, of course, is from the movie that came out last year. I dug that movie a lot. Took my son to it. Had a good time. That's a great-looking Multiverse figure. Really do dig Captain Marvel there. He is pretty awesome. Or Shazam, I should say. Awesome. Alrighty, guys, moving right along here. I kind of moved some stuff around here so we can get more figures in here. I've kind of got limited space here tonight to work with. This is a pretty awesome. This is a DC Direct figure, I believe. Not a DC Multiverse, but more of a premium DC Direct figure like the kind you'd buy at your comic book store, and that is Wonder Woman. And this might be my favorite Wonder Woman that I have. That sculpt on her, absolutely awesome. Probably showed her off a time or two here on the Plastic Planet and in other transmissions, but she looks really damn awesome. I love that face sculpt in particular. Her sword there and her like grappling spear. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I'm sure whoever is, if someone's a Wonder Woman DC fan, I'm sure I'm butchering all this, but I dig her a lot. She just looks really damn cool and just really, I think, captures the character really, really nicely. And so does this, speaking of like, because dude, guys, I grew up on, when it came to DC Comics, I really, like I said, I didn't really grow up on the comics per se. I grew up on the television and film properties, specifically the Superman films, the Batman films, and the Batman animated series, the Superman animated series later on. But in the beginning, it was all about the Super Friends. And this Aquaman really reminds me, I know he's not exactly supposed to be a Super Friends Aquaman, but he reminds me a lot of Aquaman from the Super Friends, just in the way that awesome outfit costume is, and the orange and the green and the striking blonde hair. And I love how the way his hair is kind of swept up like he's underwater, looking really, really cool. Kind of that cheesy grin. That's what I love. I love my superheroes to be a little flamboyant, very colorful. Not so much into the subdued tones that a lot of superhero costumes have today, or the chainmail shit. Not really into that, or the tactical crap. I like my superheroes to be kind of spandex clad and goofy, and that Aquaman is definitely a product of that. Check it out on a figure from my childhood, actually, and I'm missing his cape, although I had his cape as an adult. It's just kind of maybe got lost in a move. Might be in my old filing cabinet or something. That's my Darkseid. Check this out. This is my Superpowers Darkseid from 1985, 1986 from Kenner. It's got a little bit of a light let-in thing gimmick on the top of his head there. If you guys can't tell, it kind of lets light in, and you guys can see his eyes light up so he can fire off, what is that, his Omega beams or whatever. That's pretty damn cool. So this is a Kenner product. This is from my childhood. Had this in my collection for a number of years. Survived my teenage angst years like my Star Wars collectibles did. And he is still with me after all these years, and I love him. I just wish I knew where his cape was. I've had it since I've been an adult. And again, I just don't know where I put it. I don't know how it got separated from the figure, but I'm kicking myself for that. In addition to that, here's another figure that I've had since childhood. Again, I had his cape up until just a few years ago, and I don't know how the hell it got separated from the figure and got lost, but I did order a repro cape online, which is almost better, in my opinion. That's Dr. Fate. Check that out. The original cape did not have that overwhelming like collar, I want to say. I don't want to call it a hood. It's not a hood. I don't know if you'd call it a collar or what. But I love me some Dr. Fate. I actually remember getting this figure thinking he was a villain, and it turns out he's a good guy, of course. And I loved his appearance in the Superman animated series from 1996. That's when I really understood what Dr. Fate's character was all about, because as a kid, I had no clue. I just thought it was a cool looking action figure, and he was actually going to be a villain at the time for my favorite piece in this whole collection, and that is my Superpowers Superman from my childhood right there. Kenner, 1985. Got this particular figure at Osco Drugstore. And that's an old, out-of-date, out-of-business drugstore. Got a couple Star Wars figures from Osco Drug, too, back in the day. But I did get this Superman from Osco Drug, and that was a fun day. I remember getting him and just being so excited. I always thought the cape was a little short on him. That was my only complaint as a kid. I always thought he had a little short of a cape, but I loved him. Check out his back S is almost all but deteriorated. And how that happened was I actually was playing with it in my mom's kitchen sink. And for whatever reason, the paint on the back of his cape did not like getting wet. That was the first and only time I ever played with him in water. And ever since then, I learned my lesson. But yeah, very fun figure. Loved how each one of these guys came with a comic book, a little tiny micro comic book, which those are long gone, of course, too. But really, really cool. Superpower figures have become very expensive in the last couple of years. I don't know if you guys have done any pricing on them. The last time I did, they were really, really high. So I did manage to get a couple from my local comic book store for a pretty good price. I picked up this Clark Kent. Never had him. I think he was a mail-away figure, you know, like the Emperor or Admiral Akbar was from the Star Wars line. I think he was a mail-away Kenner figure with proof of purchases from the other superpower figures. And I never had him as a kid, so I picked up this guy. I think I paid $40 for him, which is quite a bit of money for a retro toy for me. I mean, maybe for other people that's nothing. I don't like to spend a lot of money on, you know, small action figures, even if they're older. But $40 felt like a really good price for him, and he's in really pristine condition, just a few little paint chips here and there. I don't know if he was ever really played with much. He is absolutely fantastic. I always wanted a Clark Kent. Now I got one. And then I also, from the same comic book store, I think I bought them at the same time, and that's maybe why I got a little price break on both of them. Got me a Lex Luthor. Look at that Lex Luthor. That is really freaking cool. I love the over-the-top colors on the 70s and 80s stuff. You know, I mean, for crying out loud, he's got like purplish pink boots and gloves on with a green armor and this like awesome environmental suit piece going on. Really fun. That is really fun stuff. So anyway, this is my entire superpowers collection that you guys see right here. All 5 of these action figures, but really proud to have them. Really awesome stuff. Alrighty guys, just a couple more figures for you here. Here's a kick-ass Wonder Woman. I don't know what comic she's from specifically or what version of Wonder Woman she is, but she's gonna stand. Yeah, she is pretty damn awesome though. Again, I love the face sculpt, love the colors on her. Showed her off on the Plastic Planet, I think last summer, so I won't spend too much time on her. But yeah, she looks pretty freaking awesome. So really cool looking Wonder Woman. Got a DC Multiverse Supergirl here, and I think she is based off of the CW series, which I do not watch. But still a really cool looking figure. Yeah, it's pretty damn awesome. That's a good looking Supergirl. Like that outfit a lot, like that costume a lot, like that look. That's really cool. So she's pretty damn cool. Again, I don't watch that show. I think I watched like 3 episodes. It really wasn't my thing. But still a cool action figure. And then I got a Blue Beetle here. And this is a older Blue Beetle. I know he has had different versions of him over the years, but I think this is more in tune with the Blue Beetle that was I saw when I was in high school getting his ass kicked by Doomsday in the death of Superman. So kind of cool looking Blue Beetle to have in my collection. So yeah, that's most of my like odds and end random ass DC action figures I have in my collection. More action figures I got in my D-top down here that I didn't feel like grabbing up, and figures that I've probably shown off on the Plastic Planet in different unboxings and whatnot. I got a Penguin back there from the 1992 Batman. Got a Harley Quinn, don't know what version of her that is, but that's a DC Multiverse. Got a Play Arts Kai Lex Luthor, which I think is pretty cool, and a little more modern version of him with the green and purple, looking cool. Got a Hank Henshaw there, or aka Cyborg Superman from Reign of the Supermen. Just watched that movie again the other night on Blu-ray. I love that movie. I love the DC animated shit. Yeah. Got me an Aquaman villain back there. What the fuck is that guy? Black Manta. Got me a Black Manta. And then, of course, there is Bizarro back there as well as my big baddie. Probably the least favorite Hot Toys figure I own, though. He always falls apart. His fists always fall apart. But that is a General Zod from Man of Steel. It's a pretty awesome looking figure, though. But anyway, that's my baddie villain shelf down here. And yeah, I've probably shown this off on room tours and whatnot. But thought I'd show it off again. Why not? A little more randomness down here. Again, stuff you've probably already seen. Got a Wonder Woman there on card from the Multiverse. And got myself a Flash right there. It's kind of 2 different versions of the Flash. Picked that up at a thrift store. I think we showed that off in a Bloody Mary episode here on the Plastic Planet. And got looks like a new 52 Superman bank. And look at that. There is a Superman the Movie VHS back there in one of those foamy-ass, weird plastic VHS cases. So yeah, really guys. Cool. And one more thing for you guys. I'm not going to show everything because this isn't a room tour video, but really cool. I reviewed this in the infancy of my channel. That is the Death of Superman, Doomsday, and Superman 2-pack, along with the full graphic novel that I had from high school. Really damn awesome. So that's one of my favorite figure sets. I don't want to move him because all those pieces and parts and stuff. He's kind of hard to get posed the way I like him, and I really like how I have him right now. And he came with that awesome Daily Planet backdrop back there that's getting torn to shreds. And then as you move up, you've got this awesome Superman and Lois Lane statue above the Daily Planet. That's a really awesome, fun piece there in the detail here. I don't even want to open it because I'm afraid I'll knock shit over. There we go. Look at that. Boom. That is so cool. Yeah, pretty damn awesome. Alrighty, guys, well, that is going to wrap up this edition of the Plastic Planet. I hope you enjoyed this brief little showcase of some of my DC collectibles here in the Plastic Planet. That's kind of a short one this week, but that was kind of by design because I dropped basically an hour and 15-minute long almost Plastic Planet movie on you guys last week with my Star Wars room tour, the tour of my premium Star Wars collectibles just up the stairs here from where I am currently here in the Plastic Planet down in the arcade/archive room. Anyway, guys, like I said, it's going to wrap things up here. Please like, share, comment. Please do subscribe. Please check out Knick-Knack Live. That's right, we are starting to do a live show here on the Plastic Planet by subscriber demand. And we try to go every other Thursday here on the Plastic Planet. I got my two collectible awesome friends in crime, my good buddy Uncle Pat and my good buddy Trav. They join me and we just talk about collectibles and pop culture, and we love to have you guys here as part of the show. And the show wouldn't go on without you guys, so you guys are an integral part. So love having you guys, love having you guys comment, love having you guys hang out with us. Every other Thursday night is what we're shooting for here on the Plastic Planet with Knick-Knack Live. All right, guys, like I said, it's going to wrap things up here. And like I always like to say, guys, life is so very, 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 very short, so fill it, guys, with some plastic crap. All right, guys, till next time. Later. Love ya. Bye.